So for recaps, we're going to cover the rest of the Adventure Time bomb that aired the week before we were recording this. We covered the first episode, Angel Face, in our previous episode, which was Spirited Away.
Yep.
And this week there is a Clarence bomb airing. I've seen it so far, but Nina's not caught up, so we'll talk about that next week.
I am very excited to watch it. On Friday, as soon as I get off of work, I'm going to plop down with some snacks and stream it all from the official Cartoon Network website.
We're actually in season 2 now. So Spencer Rothbell is voicing Clarence. You can't tell the difference.
Are you sure it's him now? Because
I checked the credits.
Oh, okay. Wow, yeah, you're right. I
deliberately read the credits. Yeah. No, it sounds exactly... Unless maybe he was voicing him in late season 1.
I think he was voicing him in late season
1. That may have been the case. Because, obviously, if you go back and watch the pilot, Clarence sounds different. But, that's the case with, that was the case with Futurama. And that was the same guy the whole time for Bender. So,
yeah.
But, yeah, I think they phased Skylar Page's shitty fucking ass out.
Good.
And he got Rothbell in.
Hooray.
Fuck that guy.
The show is clean.
Is missing.
The Banana Man's back, which is nice.
Yeah.
I love him.
Voiced by the strangest Alfred.
He finds himself someone to love. Fishy lady.
Can anybody find him someone to love?
He can.
Yes,
the
ocean.
The ocean can.
Because there's plenty of fish in the sea.
I just really enjoyed Vice President Blowfish.
Yeah. What a shitter.
He's such an asshole.
An asshole who didn't actually do anything. He's just a jerk.
They kind of didn't do anything in this episode. They went down to the ocean to the Sea Life Congress and tried to solve a mystery, and there was no mystery.
It was a mystery that nobody needed solving. He was just on vacation and forgot.
Though I do really love the goof where, Banana Man reveals that he's in their house, and then, Iceman...
And then everyone's in their house.
And then everyone's in... They leave, and then, just Princess Bubblegum and Marceline and all these people are just, chilling out in their house.
Princess Bubblegum was behind a dresser eating a... Princess Bubblegum was behind the dresser just eating a footlong.
It was great. Then we come to the blank-eyed girl.
This is I like this episode.
I loved this one.
Me too.
This had me laugh the hardest I've laughed at this show in a long time. Where we'll get to that, but so Starchy apparently runs one of those bullshit radio shows.
Those conspiracy urban legend shows.
Yep.
And you're talking about, all these myths, including a blank-eyed girls, and they see one outside the house, and then they're, trying to hide in the house from this... she's just a little Sadako-looking lady.
Yeah. Sadako looked more threatening.
Sadako looked much more threatening.
She was crawling towards you.
Yeah, the blank-eyed girl doesn't walk towards you and also stands up straight.
Yeah.
And has her hair out of her face. But,
she does not have eyes, though.
Yeah, but, ding, dang, the scene where they try to appease her, and then she starts dancing, and then 5 other goddamn monster girls start showing up.
And they all start dancing poorly. Oh my god. Because, Finn was on the phone with Starchy, and, it just kept escalating and escalating.
Yeah, nothing he was doing was working.
Finn was just Starchy. Also, there's 5 of them now. Yeah, it was fun.
And yeah, and then it just fucking it turned out they were something even weirder. They're just fucking with him.
Yeah. I was watching this with my dad, and Finn brings up the idea of a tulpa, and my dad's like, "Is that real?" I was like, "Yeah, it's a real idea."
It's a real fake thing.
It's a Buddhist thing, and I don't like to be mean to Buddhists. But yeah,
well, fake in a sense because this isn't the first I think I heard it from Supernatural back when that show was tolerable, and so I'm sure it just exploded from there.
Isn't Slender Man also supposed to be a tulpa?
Well, because it has no real mythos, that's one of the things that people made up for this random idea.
Random unfunny bullshit.
Yeah,
uninteresting, tedious crap.
That's one of the things that people tried to do to make it the least bit interesting, is make him a tulpa.
I mean, that's what creepypastas are.
Yeah,
except that's what they do.
Except for Chris Straub's.
Chris Straub's are some fucking phone. Some was it some SCPs are okay.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Some of those are actually. I don't know if I've read any that were like completely stupid. Some of them are just kind of nothing.
Yeah.
Actually, everybody's favorite SCP sucks. The statue guy. That one sucks. There's nothing to that guy.
Yeah.
What's an SCP? I'm not in the loop.
Oh, the Scp Foundation is this like Wikipedia type website where it's supposedly like a government documentation of anything weird, supernatural, or unexplainable, and especially dangerous objects, people, or phenomena that they can restrain, and they keep them all by file number. And the bit is like you'll be reading about them, and like nouns and locations and times will be like redacted and like censored. And but there's a whole like writer community within that site, so like you can't just like post whatever you want. Like it's monitored for quality.
I feel like
and
a
shit.
lot of internet-based horror stuff just tries too hard, and they go for the punch way too early.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They just splatter blood everywhere, and that makes it scary. And then I'll watch like a let's play. I won't watch the whole damn thing because I can't. But I'll look at these comments, and people are like freaking out, like it's terrifying. And I'm like, dude, they just put blood splatters on the wall.
Yeah.
Like, anyone could do that.
Or
it's
if
not scary.
if it's a story, it'll just be like, and then a scary thing happened. Whoa! Oh, Jesus.
Everything got stranger and stranger.
Yeah, like that's what they all are.
Anywho, bad jubies.
Except for the ones by Chris Straub, which are extremely good. Look up Candle Cove, look up Icker Falls, and look up Local 58.
Yeah.
Or just read his webcomic.
And read Brood Hollow.
Read Brood Hollow. Listen, consume everything that man has created because he's the best.
He's an amazing man. Bad jubies.
Yeah, this is the guest animated stop motion one. My dad actually cited this as in his top 5, which I felt was
yeah, he told me that too, and I was like, really?
That's interesting.
Yeah, like I liked it. It was good, and it's my favorite guest animated one. But I don't know what it was that resonated with him that well. It's certainly good.
It definitely is.
I think it was
different.
just the positivity.
Yeah, it's a lot less about what's happening and more just this. It's good vibes. It's good jubies.
Because I was honestly wondering what the punchline was going to be. Like, what was Jake doing? Like, what was he going to do? And I mean, I was a little let down, but at the same time, I was like, I mean, I guess that's the point. It's it's good jubies, and it looked great.
And then the credits had them building all the stuff.
Yeah,
it was really sweet. Stop motion. I love you.
Yeah,
I wish you didn't take 17 years to film 6 seconds.
Yeah, and it had an alternate opening, which was great.
Yeah, that was great. I was wondering if they were going to do that, and I was like, yeah,
they did it.
They did it.
I had trouble telling if BMO's face was digitally put in later. Oh no, I see. I'm looking at pictures of their faces. They were not.
Oh wow.
Yeah, they had little face plates that they would swap out.
It was just hard to tell because it was also like backlit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Adventure Time,
definitely post-production.
Adventure Time is very conducive to stop motion.
Adventure Time is conducive to like every art.
It almost looks like it should have been in stop motion.
Yeah, it gives off because with how weird and geometric everyone is, it's definitely Gumby.
Yeah.
There's even a stretchy man.
Yeah.
Stretchy man.
There's a stretchy man. There's a monocolored lump monster. There's a little rabbit.
It's a rainbow pony.
There's a
twist.
There's a boy.
Yeah. It doesn't make any sense for this show to be animated traditionally.
Yeah,
it should all be
Finn
stop
and like
motion.
Finn and BMO's faces are perfect for just swapping them out.
All the faces are perfect because they're so simple.
Yeah.
And their bodies are easy. Like they transfer like in a 3D shape like that and makes sense because it's all tubes.
I wish we got more. I wish we got more of bubblegum, and I think they should have made her out of gum.
There's been a behind-the-scenes picture of 2 poor interns
Just
chewing a bunch of gum.
And you just get Candy Wife.
Princess, she's Candy Wife.
She's Candy Wife. And then the last episode is King's Ransom, which is the only episode that is sort of plot-ish.
And
The
boy,
other ones
is
were
it
just
ever.
some lovely romps. And we hang out the king of the Ice King.
He's so lonely.
He lost his Gunter.
His Goonty.
He's Goonty. And he's trying to find him, and he thinks, Jake and Finn stole him. And I really love it.
Because Gunter's the Jake to my Finn.
Or the Finn to my Jake.
Like, Jake is still very like, Ice King, get the fuck out of here. Whereas Finn has a lot more patience now that he knows who Ice King really is.
Finn wants to help his grandpa.
Yeah, he's like, we gotta help this old guy. Like, what are we gonna do, It turns out Gunty was kidnapped by a mysterious person, who we think are foxes.
Yeah, like a bunch of foxes gang up and take his crown.
Yeah, they want the crown. And it was kind of... I really liked watching the team up with them.
Yeah.
Ice King and Finn and Jake. Like, it was really sweet. Like, I love when Ice King had his little photo album of Gunty, and they were just like, there, man. We'll get him back. It's gonna be cool. Like, he's just one of the guys now. Like, even if he is kind of a loser and a loner.
Yeah, they ditched him in the President Porpoise episode. And then him and BMO went on that
that was
adventure.
the best part of that episode. We
forgot
that. Oh my god, that was so good.
Ice King and BMO bonding was the most beautiful thing the show has done in a long time.
I gotta get home to my kids.
It's perfect because you have like a child and like an old person who's so old and senile they're basically a child.
Yeah.
Playing. And they are on the exact same level. It was awesome.
I like that Ice King it gave a little bit more world building to his whole crown mythos. Like he started like getting less Ice Kingy and more Simony. He's like, "Oh, this is just something that happened when I get super far away from my crown."
And they use the nose as like a compass towards...
Just follow your nose.
I did totally forget that Betty turned into Magic Man, though.
Yeah, she just jacked Magic Man swag and left.
Yeah, I forgot that happened. Because I didn't like that happened, so I, blocked it out
that
of my brain.
episode was inscrutable.
Yeah, I forgot. Like, I had this vague memory of having a headache. And I was like, yeah, I recall something of that nature. Sure, just go with it. I don't want to watch it again.
I recall being, actively angry, just like...
Yeah, you were. You didn't like it.
Oh, I hated that episode.
I think that episode, maybe if I go back to it, I'll have an appreciation, but it felt at the time like the low point of season 6, because it was just so dense with this shit.
I think I think it was more of, the last straw kind of thing, because I think I remember, we were, again, looking back and checking our recaps for all the YouTube shit, we're every time there's a quote-unquote, funny episode, we're like, thank God.
I know. Yeah, that was getting really tiring. And this one was...
so obtuse.
Yeah, it was way too obtuse. But this was great, and, Betty changes his crown. We don't know what that means.
Yeah, what's that gonna do?
Ice King and Goonty were reunited.
Wank.
And Finn was... I love them, Finn just being like, aw, this is great. I just love this new, Finn is trying to take care of his sad, sick grandpa instead of beat him up.
Yeah, that's pretty great. And apparently they couldn't get Lena Dunham to show up, so Tom Herpich took care of it.
It was just one line.
Yeah, the same guy who voices Mr. Fox that voice. And Mr. Fox voice.
It's my favorite voice.
Like, nobody talked like that on TV before Adventure Time, like, made this whole thing about, like, people with the most understated, regular dude voices.
I know. And, like, I love it. I love the Ice King, like, trying to get information out of him by, like, trying to get him out of his bed. He's like, oh no, not the pillows. No, it's so comfy and warm, please.
I mean, yeah, I will get some, like, that's how you get me to give you government secrets that I don't even have, is threaten to, like, get me up out of bed when I've just found that fucking spot.
Oh.
I mean, you're gonna like this. You're gonna like this Clarence bomb because
I like Clarence.
You like Clarence, but Percy has been pretty big in it so far.
Oh, Percy! Oh, God. I mean, I don't know. My mom said. I love him.
You're gonna love him in this one. And there's a really, really good today's episode, which was already on CartoonNetwork.com for whatever reason, is it's sumo heavy and it's really, really touching.
Oh,
it's called
sumo.
It's called the Birdman Boy.
Birdman Boy.
Yeah.
I really miss those guys. I'm so glad they're back. I can't wait to slam jam them.
Yeah.
Yep.
And Harvey's back. There's a new one where Harvey and Dade join Officer Fred's, like, junior scouter.
Yeah, it's literally like
guys.
Harvey and Dade become cops.
Oh man, I gotta catch up.
Huh.
We got a lot of shout-outs this week from all over the place.
Did anybody say, hey, what you said was shitty about my country?
No, not that I saw.
I got no response regarding that at all, except from my mom, who really liked the episode.
She was like, good job.
It was like, my daughter's so fucking smart.
Aw. Prince Lee said, I got super excited when I saw your podcast pop up today. Haha, glad you guys are back. Thank you. Sorry about the hiatus that we
it took us longer to get back into the swing of things, which is why those episodes were so pumped out as close together as they were.
I mean, because we do regular episodes a week anyway, so anytime we do an extra thing, it's always awkward when to schedule it anyway.
Yeah.
Supreme Dork said, has anyone suggested you guys review Panty and Stocking with Garter Belt? If not, please do. The soundtrack is great, the style is great, and if I can't get a second season, then at least I can get a Toon Goons episode, please. We have talked about it. It's one of those shows that Nikki's a little apprehensive about.
I personally...
I also heard that Gynex, apparently, to get inspiration for that show, they watched Drawn Together.
I don't feel that at all in the actual show. I've seen that show.
No.
I don't get that vibe at all.
I think it would be a very interesting conversation.
I think in terms of all the shit that you hate about Gynex and or trigger things of that nature,
it's the show of that.
I think just because in the way it presents itself with the least, like, you need to take this as a serious thing while also putting up with our garbage. It's just like it's just this really over the top cartoony bullshit garbage, and it doesn't present itself as anything except crass.
Yeah, it's just playing around.
Yeah. But I mean,
I'm
not guaranteeing, but it's your best bet probably.
Yeah.
Roscoe Goes Vroom said, hi, I've just recently found your podcast. I'm a big fan already. Even if I haven't seen the cartoon you're discussing, I have a lot of fun listening because you have such great personalities. Thank you.
Thank you.
I was wondering...
I'm sorry, before we go deeper into the question, my apologies for interrupting. If you do ever want to watch Penny and Stocking, don't watch the dub. Chris Sabat does an awful African-American voice that is reprehensible.
Oh.
He voices Garter Belt, and they needed to get... No. Chris, what are you doing? But continue with the question.
Noted. I was wondering if you would consider watching and talking about the show 16. It has 74 episodes and 4 seasons, so I understand it might be too much. God. And you have people asking you to review stuff all the time. Even if you don't, I just wanted to say it. I really enjoy your show.
I I've seen a handful of 16. It's pretty okay, but not worth watching every single episode. It's just kids at the mall.
Yeah, it had some good goofs. The thing I remember most about 16 was this creepy guy in my art class who was like 18 when I was like 14, 15.
This is an extracurricular thing.
Yeah, an extracurricular art class. Like, he mentioned that he liked the show, and I was like, oh yeah, I watched that show. The opening's kind of catchy. And it became like this bonding thing with him and me, and he kept trying to, he laid it on very thick, and I was like, I'm not. He also burnt me a copy of, what is it called? Oh, what was that terrible band?
Owl City?
Owl City. Good times.
Owl City's not even a band. It's just
it's a guy that calls himself Owl City.
Abby the Rose said, "Happy birthday, Tooch! Woo!"
Aw, thank you.
Dracomora1412 said, "Do you think Steven goes into baby form like gems go into their gem?" That is a theory I've seen, and it's elsewhere, and it's kind of a neat theory, but we'll never know until they say it.
If I could temporarily just be a baby, dog, I do that all the time.
I mean, it kind of makes sense, though, thematically. It's like regressing into a more comfortable form, and then having to remake yourself again.
I would be so less stressed out if I could just be a baby for like an hour.
And I love baby Steven, so any excuse to see him again, I'm down with.
Yeah, man.
Just listen to your...
But we didn't actually finish answering the thing about 16.
Oh.
Yep. I mean, maybe. To me, it kind of felt like the Weekenders without the without the same level of stuff.
The only reason that I found it watchable, because it's the same people. It's like the same kind of Talent people involved with like Total Drama and stuff, and it's like 20 times better than Total Drama. So I was having a grand old time after coming off of that. Also, there was one episode that did not air in the U.S. That has like a plot line about one of the female characters getting hit on by another girl, and she's cool about it.
Oh,
cool. And the U.S. wasn't.
Yep.
Oh. We weren't cool about cross-dressing Freddy either. Heen said, "Just listen to your Stephen Baum ep, and I think the episode titled Drop Beat Dad is probably going to be about Marty. Who else drops the beat besides sour cream? Plus, his dad is a major deadbeat. Just a thought." Oh, also
probably correct.
Yeah, that's definitely that's actually very interesting, and I'm actually kind of excited for that.
Yeah, man.
And they also wish you happy birthday, Tooch.
Aw.
Sitting with Disney says, "So glad you guys are back. Thank you." At Blues.
Sitting with Disney is that podcast done by our two super fans, April and Cassandra.
Yeah.
Actually, you can find it on SoundCloud /Sitting with Disney. I did check it out. It's they've got a good chemistry. It's pretty good. Oh. If you're into that kind of stuff. I didn't listen to it all the way through an episode because I'm a busy man. They did an episode.
Well, Mr. Busy Businessman.
They talk about they're talking about the new Star Wars attractions at Disney, I assume Land.
Yeah.
And talk about Monsters Inc. and Monsters U, which I want to listen to that. We're going to talk about Monsters Inc. at some point.
Mm-hmm. I gotta listen.
I recommend checking out the podcast.
Yeah. At Five Moon says, too bad Alan Rickman hasn't been in any more animated projects, and linked us to one of his few projects. I didn't click the link. Just go on Twitter real quick. But yeah, we didn't mention that sad fact, but yeah, that also happened. And it's it's a sad time.
Yeah.
I feel like he must have been in something animated, wasn't he? He's been an actor for ever. Anyway.
Yeah.
At Wordless Rage says, shout out to the Toon Goons for being my initial impetus to watch Steven Universe and for consistently having great thoughts about it. Thank you. At Duffy A says, I'm going to start using Goobermensch. Good.
Do it.
At Meerkat M3 mentioned a Kickstarter.
Oh yeah, this thing looks super cool.
Yeah, with animator Marcus Williams.
It's for a comic, and if they hit the stretch goal, animated series called Tuskegee Airs.
Ooh.
About it's like pilots, and I think maybe mech pilots, as like the successors to the Tuskegee Airmen, which was an all black troop or platoon, or I don't know what the unit was, of airmen during World War II, who were very, very important, very, very pivotal to a lot of battles. You know, I think there was a movie about them called Red Wings or something, or that's something. That's when you eat out a special kind of pussy.
How could you talk about?
I'm gonna cut that. I'm absolutely cutting that. I hate that I said that. But yeah, it's Tuskegee Airs. I really recommend checking this out. It's still got a lot of days to go. It's got 30K out of its 10K goal. Did you get the cartoon? I'm trying to scroll down to the animated pilot at 75K. We're always talking about more representation of people of color in cartoons, and this is everyone in this show.
Yeah.
Or most everyone, it looks like.
It's an important story.
The comic is being made, so that's cool. So yeah, check this out.
Yeah, do it.
Yeah. Daniel JVE sent us a lovely email talking about their experience watching Inside Out with their 11-year-old cousin. And, all the feelings it evoked and the memories. And I'm glad you got to see it. It's a good movie. Thank you for sharing your story. It's a good story.
It was good.
It's good. Josh wanted to wish Tooch, the toochiest Tooch to ever tooch around, the toochiest birthday, and to keep tooching it up.
Thank you. I look forward to expanding my brand even more ever since America's Next Top Model got canceled.
I was just gonna say, you got your name back.
Yeah!
And somebody on Twitter, Rod, said they brought up something else that I forgot to bring up at news. The Rick and Morty Pokemon game for mobile platforms is out. Pocket Mortys. Have you guys played that yet?
I
played the first 5 minutes of it. It's definitely Pokemon.
It's Pokemon, but with Rick and Morty branded. But what's insidious about it is that the free to play structure, you really need. They enter in a scarcity that you need to spend real money to get around. I don't think I like it.
Yeah, it's
everything. I can get behind the idea of the Rick and Morty Pokemon, but the way that it's executed is, it's the idea of Pokemon being free to play, and anything free to play is usually really, really bad. I would rather just spend
the real
reasonable
you can
amount
definitely play them. You don't need to spend money to play the game,
but it's ludicrously hard.
It is pretty hard. It's a lot of grinding. Honestly, you just have to, stop thinking you could defeat every trainer and just, get used to dying. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's just time sink.
I'll just wait for the next Pokemon game. Which I guess will be
20th anniversary, man. We're gonna get something this year.
We're getting a bunch of shit, but a new game, I don't know.
We got a lot of shout-outs still.
Really want another Pokemon Snap.
Roscoe Goes Vroom says, I have school tomorrow and I've stayed up till 1:20 listening to this shit. God, I need to go to bed.
It's fine, man.
Ding dong.
Dante4973 says, never heard anyone else use the term bara. We have similar tastes, Nina. I am very fascinated by bara culture. I don't understand why more people don't talk about it.
I guess I just keep some super rad company, because I read that comment and went, wow, really? No one else?
Yeah, I don't think none of my friends mentioned Bara either, and I'm like, why not?
It's not like it's a constant talking point of discussion,
Yeah,
but
I mean,
like so are
sometimes-
like I don't always talk about bananas, but I've met plenty of people who've mentioned bananas before in passing conversation.
Bara bananas.
I probably could have picked a better fruit.
Yeah,
Zero's
something less on
me-
the nose.
Zero's Me says, I'm laughing hysterically at your Brad Neely baby cakes reference in the Spirited Away episode.
I forget exactly what the joke was, but thank you.
Me too. Did you say that the baby was baby cakes?
Probably, but I can't remember exactly what I said. I gotta go
I
listen.
edited it, and I don't
Yeah.
remember that.
We're the
Duffy
worst
says-
at our jobs.
If you like Tooch making Brad Neely references, check out his Tumblr for Fushigi Guy. His character he made is great.
Oh my god. At Duffy A says, hope to see you at MagFest. Yes, looking forward to it. At Gearfeather says, slamming through your backlog at work, have never been more interested in Barbie cartoons than I am now. Also, I love how much you love things. Reminds me of why I went to school for animation. Though, oops, I didn't do anything with it. That's fine. You still can.
No one does anything with anything they get out of college.
At Blue T32 says, only 20 minutes in, I can tell this episode is perfect to bring back the Nikki drinking game. So cool you guys remember in like Moody's Point and the Amanda Show. It was a fun show my dad got to work on. What? You gotta tell us that story.
Tunanapai gave us the IPA spelling for Ghibli. It took me so long to realize what the fuck he was doing.
That's why I
Because
said
nobody,
it,
here's
'cause
the
I was
thing,
like, oh.
nobody can fucking read IPA. It's useless.
Novu and Nova asks if we have any Steam accounts and if we'd like to add vid games. That would be up for Nikki and Tooch to post on their own personal sites if they want to game.
The
with
thing is,
people
I don't
on the
play a
internet.
lot of online stuff.
Same.
Really, all I play online is fighting games.
You'll be
and-
disappointed.
And like, I'm trying to not play it until Street Fighter V comes out because I've got to finish everything else I'm doing in a month before Street Fighter V comes out and eats my life.
And Bugberry had a lot of interesting analysis about a bunch of our different episodes, about Steven, about One Punch, about other shit. Thank you so much for your input. I just can't fit it all in because we've got a lot of shout-outs. We might have to start not including everybody. That's really
You guys
sad.
might have to start stepping it up.
We're gonna have to start, like, picking and choosing. Oh, no. 'Cause our shout-out section isn't supposed to take half an hour. It's supposed to be, like, 5 minutes.
So anyway, that is our shout-out session. We have been putting off deciding what we were going to do for our last Japanuary thing all month until literally just now I cut out the discussion. We've decided that Nina just started the semester, so she's busy. We're going to do another
And this
movie.
is my last semester, guys. My last one.
We're going to
If
do
I
another
don't fuck
movie
up.
by one of our favorite directors who we've talked about before, Satoshi Kon's Paprika.
Oh yeah!
I mostly brought this up because I want Nina to explain to me what the fuck this movie is about. I've seen it.
Basically,
I didn't
because
get
Nina
it.
is super busy, and I wanted her to do more work by analyzing this film.
I figured you would just already know.
It's not an easy film, but I think I've watched it like 4 times now. I think I can say some stuff about it.
I mean, if you want to do an easier one, just to make it easier.
It's fine.
Okay. All right.
All right.
Great. We'll do that. We're doing it. Woo.
Yep. If you want to contact us, there's too many ways to do that. Here are those too many ways. We've got an email. We got an email, thetoongoons@gmail.com. We're on Twitter, @thetoongoons. Our main website is our Tumblr, which I should probably lead with.
Yeah.
thetoongoons.tumblr.com, which has an archive of all our episodes and a bunch of animation posts that Nina curates. And you can send us asks and messages there. There's an instant message on Tumblr. Please don't bother with that. We're not going to respond there. If you want to have some kind of dialogue, maybe Twitter. But for
it's
most
just
of these
too
things,
many things to keep track of. It's not that we don't.
most
love
of
you.
these things we're not going to respond to them directly. We're going to talk about them on the show, unless it's like
Though
something
we might start
doing that.
switching it up though, because it's starting to
Yeah.
be too many people. So we might just do that the opposite of what we've been doing.
Yeah, we upload our episodes directly to SoundCloud, and they can also be found on iTunes. For both of those, search the Toon Goons. We have a Facebook fan page. Search the Toon Goons. I don't know how to find it. And we've got a fan-made wiki and Reddit, which are the toongoons.wikia.com and r/toongoons, respectively. And we're on YouTube, youtube.com/toongoons, the Toon Goons podcast.
Uploading that backlog.
Yep.
Yeah,
Every
Tooch
day.
is on that shit.
Every day.
To remind everyone once again, we are going to be at MagFest this February 18th through 21st in National Harbor, Maryland. I should specify, not as exhibitors. We don't have a table or
Nah.
anything.
No,
We're going to be
no,
hanging
no.
out.
We are going to be guests.
Yeah.
If-
I love
If
MagFest.
you
I
know
wouldn't want to
somebody and
exhibit
can
there
pull
because
some
I want.
strings.
No. I want to experience MagFest as a guy at MagFest. Some other con, I would table at some other con, not at MagFest. I need to see all the bands.
Yeah,
That's
like
fair.
I actually really enjoy tabling, but I want to watch concerts, please.
Yeah. So if you're going to be there, please let us know, because we want to gauge interest to do some kind of fan meetup.
Yeah.
Yeah, please. One person on Twitter that we shouted out said they were going to meet us, so let us know.
Yep.
Magfest.
That is, in retrospective, where are we at?
We finally got the Gundam OATHMS team episode recorded and up, and we got a couple more. We got some first looks in the cans. There's a couple new mecha anime out, and we watched the first episodes of those. So those will be coming out soon. That's we watched the new Gundam series, Gundam Thunderbolt, based on a really good manga, and the new Macross series, Macross Delta, which is about a team of like fighter jet Macross mech people and their partners who are an idol girl group that sing and dance and save the world.
That sounds not too... That sounds like a little bit close to that mecha idea that I had that I shelved because it was just too ambitious for me.
I mean, here it is. Macross is a very music, like the theme is always music, and it's always a different kind of music. Macross 7 is about a dude, about a rock band, and the main duder pilots his mech with his guitar.
So kind of like the Doof Warrior.
Yeah, he's the Doof Warrior, but in a robot. It's great. Mecha's great. Listen to my podcast.
Yes, please. Tooch worked so hard.
What do you say you forgot about, Nina?
I forgot about #fartbark. I'm just looking at the wiki.
What, did that like get an
actually,
article or something?
It got a special like note about an episode.
Oh, great.
Like at first.
Okay,
Okay.
you tweeted at BlueT32 asking for details on Moody's Point. That he built the sets. Her dad built the sets on the show.
That's so cool.
Awesome.
And also Drake and Josh. So,
That's so
and
cool.
she used to go in to work with him and hang on the sets.
That's so cool.
Man, come to MagFest.
You're cool. I'm gonna listen to your podcast
Yeah.
when I fold laundry, which is the only time I have to listen to podcasts.
All right, that's been our show. I've been Nikki,
I've been Nina.
I continue to be Tooch.
and thank you for tuning in.
Bye.